This evening, final preparation underway for International Building Exposition at National Stadium. Elderly man fatally struck in tragic accident on Leonora Public Road. Investigation underway. Mahdia fire survivor makes miraculous recovery after overseas treatment. In the region, BERNARDO AREVALO wins Guatemala presidential election runoff. And internationally, U.S. President Biden tours aftermath of deadly Maui fires, visits LAHAINA. Welcome to this broadcast of Channel 2's Headline News Update for August 22nd, 2023. I am Baby Bacchus. Thank you for joining us. First up, police in Regional Division 3 are probing a fatal accident that claimed the life of a 74-year-old man on the Leonora Public Road, West Coast, Demerara last evening. Dead is Oranzi Samaru of Stewartville, West Coast, Demerara, who was fatally hit by a minibus BXX 6727. According to the 54-year-old driver of the minibus involved in the accident, around 7:15 p.m. on Monday evening, he was proceeding east along the public road when he observed a black motorcar stationary on the northern footpath facing east with the driver door open. The bus driver further related that the now deceased Samaru was attempting to enter the driver's seat of the car when he fell onto the roadway, at which point the left side of the front wheel of the minibus ran over him. Samaru was subsequently picked up by the police ranks and rushed in an unconscious condition to the Leonora Cottage Hospital, where he was pronounced dead on arrival by a doctor. His body is at the Ezekiel Funeral Home awaiting a post-mortem examination. A breathalyzer test was done on the 54-year-old minibus driver, but showed no trace of alcohol. Nevertheless, he remains in custody as investigations continues. 12-year-old Miraculous Williams, a critical survivor of the tragic Mahdia dormitory fire, has remarkably recovered after receiving advanced medical treatment overseas. The 12-year-old journey began at Georgetown Public Hospital Corporation, where she arrived with severe burns covering a significant portion of her body. The Georgetown Public Hospital medical team quickly provided essential care and stabilization before transferring her to the Regional Burn Center at Northwell Health Staten Island University Hospital in New York. Over 3 months, Mariza underwent surgeries, skin grafts, rehabilitation, and grief counseling. On Monday, the beacon of hope shone even brighter as Miraculous Williams was discharged from the burn center. Dr. Shalindra Rajkumar, head of the surgery at the Georgetown Public Hospital and Ghana's ambassador to the United States, was present to welcome her back, symbolizing the collective joy and celebration of her incredible recovery. As Mariza prepares to return home, she carries with her the gratitude of a nation united in hope and support. Her journey from the brink of despair to the threshold of a new beginning is a beacon of inspiration for us all. The child's parents also expressed their gratitude for their daughter's care and treatment while at the hospital. We tell you now that a determined effort by the Berbice police has resulted in the reunion of a 32-year-old mother, Nalini Sukhu Singh, with her 1-month-old baby girl. The child had been taken by Singh's ex-husband Satish Jagnnath into the quarantine backlands following an altercation. Singh said her ex-husband Jagnnath was out at sea fishing and had returned after 14 days and came to her residence at the number 72 village to visit their 1-month-old daughter. Singh said she gave him the child to hold in the yard, and after a few minutes, she approached him to collect the child and an argument ensued. Jagnnath, who at the time appeared to be under the influence of alcohol, put the child down on a table and dealt Singh several lashes about her body with a stick, after which he picked up the child and ran into some bushes in the back of the yard and began to head for the backlands. The police searched extensively, locating Jagnnath and the baby in the number 72 village. However, Jagnnath managed to escape the law enforcement officers with the baby. Fortunately, the baby was later found abandoned near a trench at the number 67 village quarantine Berbice. She was taken to the Skeldon Public Hospital and is presently under observation. She had been reunited with her mother, who both are listed in stable condition. Nevertheless, Jagnnath remains on the run. Stick around when we return. Final preparations underway for International Building Exposition at the National Stadium. And gold miner and wife remanded to prison on narcotics trafficking charge.
When you need money and you gotta get it fast, Creative Jewelry and Pawn Shop is the place for that confidential transaction in a quiet and secure location. You'll get the highest value per pennyweight for your gold and also enjoy the lowest interest rates and longest payback period too. Yes, for that instant transaction to solve a pressing financial problem. That Creative Jewelry and Pawn Shop, 4-6 Boyle Place, that's between the Ministry of Housing on Brickdam and White Castle Fish Shop. Be your first and only choice. Creative Jewelry and Pawn Shop, safe and sound, solid and secure, always there for you. Telephone 231-7878 and 223-8955.
Smart Minds Educational Institute, offering preschool, nursery, and primary levels. Finally, a school that is every parent's dream. Located at 69 Crow Street, offering academic excellence, trained qualified teachers, small class sizes, personalized gear, and one-to-one attention for your little ones. At Smart Minds, register for full-time or evening classes, daily practice pass exam papers for proficiency at the grade 2, 4, and 6 assessment, and CXE exam preparedness. Or join our Becca Phonics reading and writing program. So if your child is for preschool, nursery, or primary level, come to Smart Mind, located at 69 Street, or call 231-4885 or 600-9229 to enroll now.
Hello, my fellow TikToker followers. He is Credit, and today all we will be making Chinese noodles with peppies, chow mein, chicken fritters, and spice cake. For the noodles, all of these will be using peppies, black pepper, cashew,
Chinese sauce, soy sauce, garlic sauce, paprika, Chinese seasoning, chow mein seasoning, five spice, and all-purpose seasoning.
Next, this chicken that we marinated, soak for all you want to know nothing with peppies, green seasoning, miracle seasoning,
Pepper sauce, chicken seasoning, paprika, garlic powder, jerk seasoning, black pepper, onion powder, and ginger powder, and duckling plantain flour, and then this butter we make with this quick piece powder, and we
boil in high. We serve with peppies, barbecue sauce. Radica went to the supermarket and she proper buy up enough things. She feels she alone can cook, but she routine even wrong. He shaped like a guy in a map.
Peppies has a wide range of ingredients available at supermarkets nationwide. Peppies, we put the pep back into your kitchen.
Good girl forget things.
What's the problem, Granny? I want money for borrow for those surgery. I was dancing and I fall and fracture my hip.
If you need some quick money, you should check Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop.
Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop, lot 238 South Road Border, Georgetown. Get jewelry made to order in just 72 hours. We also accept vehicles. Lender's, best rates, longest payback period.
Boys, I get through. Plus, I could dance again. Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop.
Welcome back. The National Stadium in Providence is undergoing final preparations for the upcoming International Building Exposition set to take place from August 24th to 27th. The Expo's grand launch under the theme Building for All, One Guyana, Many Opportunities is set to begin at 5:30 p.m. on Thursday, featuring a keynote address by President Dr. Mohamed Irfan Ali. Minister of Housing and Water Colin Crowell visited the site and expressed excitement about the event, which is expected to be the largest building expo. Nearly 20 international companies have registered, representing various countries, including North America, Suriname, Jamaica, and Colombia. The expo will feature about 300 booths from commercial banks, construction companies, insurance providers, security firms, and more. The event will include a globe exhibit titled Guyana is Emerging, showcasing the country's development, documentaries, model homes for affordable housing, and the Dream Realized activity, distributing over 2,000 house lots. Educational seminars will run daily to foster discussion on improving the construction sector. This event will run from 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. daily, with tickets priced at $500 for adults and entry free for children under 12. In other news, 31-year-old gold miner Kevin Archer and his wife, 31-year-old Carletta Sutton, were remanded to prison following the charge of possession of narcotics for the purpose of trafficking when they appeared at the Sparna Magistrates Court on Monday, August 21st. The duo appeared before Magistrate Liverpool, where they pleaded not guilty and were remanded to prison. The court heard that on Saturday, August 19th, the police searched and found marijuana in the home of Archer and his wife. During the search at the couple's residence, police discovered a plastic bag in the kitchen containing 12 bamboo sticks, transparent Ziploc bags, and 2 transparent plastic bags containing leaves, seeds, and stems believed to be cannabis. The couple was informed of the offense, arrested, and transported along with the suspected narcotics to the Sparnam police station. The case has been adjourned to September 7, 2023 for disclosure. Don't go away after the break. U.S. President Biden tours aftermath of deadly Maui fires, visit LAHAINA, and Australia child sex abuse, social media used to exploit children.
Good girl forget things.
What's the problem, Granny?
I want money for borrow for doing surgery. I was dancing and I fall and fracture my hip.
If you need some quick money, you should check Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop.
Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop, Lot 238 South Road Border, Georgetown. Get jewelry made to order in just 72 hours. We also accept vehicles. Lenders, best rates, longest payback period.
Boys, I get through. Plus, I could dance again.
Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop.
Hello, my fellow TikToker followers. He is Credit, and today all we will be making Chinese noodles with peppies, chow mein, chicken fritters, and poised cake. For the noodles, all of these will be using peppies, black pepper, cashew,
Chinese sauce, soy sauce, garlic sauce, paprika, Chinese seasoning, chow mein seasoning, five spice, and all-purpose seasoning.
Next, this chicken that we marinate soak for all you wanna know nothing with peppies, green seasoning, miracle seasoning,
Pepper sauce, chicken seasoning, paprika, garlic powder, jerk seasoning, black pepper, onion powder, and ginger powder, and document planting flour, and then this butter we make with this quick piece powder, and we
boil in high. We serve with peppies, barbecue sauce. Radica went to the supermarket and she proper buy up enough things. She feels she alone can cook, but she routine even wrong. He shaped like a guy in a map.
Peppies has a wide range of ingredients available at supermarkets nationwide. Peppies, we put the pep back into your kitchen.
Smart Minds Educational Institute, offering preschool, nursery, and primary levels. Finally, a school that is every parent's dream. Located at 69 Crow Street, offering academic excellence, trained qualified teachers, small class sizes, personalized care, and one-to-one attention for your little ones. At Smart Minds, register for full-time or evening classes, daily practice pass exam papers for proficiency at the grade 2, 4, and 6 assessment, and CXE exam preparedness. Or join our Becca Phonics reading and writing program. So if your child is for preschool, nursery, or primary level, come to Smart Mind, located at 69 Street, or call 231-4885 or 600-9229 to enroll now.
When you need money and you gotta get it fast, Creative Jewelry and Pawn Shop is the place for that confidential transaction in a quiet and secure location. You'll get the highest value per pennyweight for your gold and also enjoy the lowest interest rates and longest payback period too. Yes, for that instant transaction to solve a pressing financial problem. That Creative Jewelry and Pawn Shop, 4-6 Boyle Place, that's between the Ministry of Housing on Brickdam and White Castle Fish Shop, be your first and only choice. Creative Jewelry and Pawn Shop, safe and sound, solid and secure, always there for you. Telephone 231-7878 and 223-8955.
Welcome back. Now let's take a look at what's happening in the region and around the world. Regional and international leaders have hailed the landslide victory of Bernardo AREVALO in Guatemala's presidential election runoff. He won 58% of the vote, while his rival and the country's former First Lady Sandra Torres came second with 36%. Al Jazeera's Manuel Rapallo sent this report from Guatemala City.
Bernardo AREVALO led a landslide electoral victory in Guatemala's national election. And from civil society groups to private sector leaders, the sentiment shared by many appears to be one of optimism.
Of course, everybody has concerns, and I guess he will have concerns too. It's part of being in a political situation. But my concerns are more on the way of those things that maybe we can think different. But I certainly be optimist that the common things that we have will go further instead of that points that maybe we can have as a differences.
Part of Arevalo's appeal, political analysts say, is that many in the country see him as a political centrist who has placed the fight against corruption at the top of his presidential agenda once in office.
In the wake of the national election, many Guatemalans say they feel confident Bernardo Arevalo's leadership will bring about much-needed change. For some experts, however, that feeling is more a sense of cautious optimism.
Though the election may be over, some argue that certifying the results could become complicated by legal objections from Arevalo's opponents. According to political columnist Carolina Escobar, the government of Guatemala's president-elect could be undermined by the Attorney General's office, which has made repeated attempts to suspend Arevalo's Semilla party over allegations of fraud.
This system that has been used has allowed certain actors to gain a lot of power and use the law shamelessly to go after individuals who have no responsibility in criminal acts. It is used to target people politically, because in this country, persecutions are political.
Legal experts in Guatemala say that arrests could be made against members of Arevalo's Semilla party, and many expect there will be continued actions that seek to prevent Arevalo from being sworn in next January. Manuel Rapalo, Al Jazeera, Guatemala City.
Internationally, United States President Joe Biden has promised to help the people of Hawaii's wildfire-ravaged island of Maui for as long as it takes. Biden is visiting the island 13 days after it experienced the deadliest U.S. fire in more than a century, killing at least 114 people. Some 850 people are still missing. Al Jazeera's Kati Kalhan reports.
U.S. President Joe Biden from the air and the ground seeing the toxic shell that is left after wildfires swept through the island of Maui, taking lives in thousands of structures, more than 100 confirmed dead, more than 800 people still missing. The horror of the rapidly spreading flames still so very fresh.
It was like if you poured gasoline in a line and you just, lit it on fire. It was so quick.
The pain of confirming the dead. This man's 16-year-old brother's body just found, along with his beloved dog.
They were found together hugging. He probably tried to save him, and he jumped on top of him and he hugged him.
Biden taking on what many see as his greatest political strength, being able to console those in need, to understand their suffering after all he has himself lost, his first wife and young daughter, and recently his adult son.
I know the feeling that as many of the people in this town, this community, that hollow feeling you have in your chest like you're being sucked into a black hole, wondering, will I ever get by this? It's one thing to know, but it's quite another thing to have to wait to wonder whether your family member is going to be okay.
But there is also anger at the president. As the death toll rose while he was on vacation, he was asked about it. His response, no comment. He stayed on vacation, only stopping to celebrate the anniversary of his signature bill in Wisconsin, now in Maui, and not everyone is happy about it.
Stay out of our way. Get rid of the red tape. We don't need you. Don't come here.
White House officials insist the president was working behind the scenes. Residents have much to be angry about at local officials, even warned of high winds. The electricity company didn't shut off the power lines, which may have sparked the fires. The fire hydrants ran dry, leaving firefighters no ability to fight back. The outside sirens that could have warned what was coming never sounded. Now the president seeing for himself what the missteps meant, the horrible cost, and the horror left behind. Patty Colhane, Al Jazeera.
And finally, an Australian man has been charged with more than 1,600 offenses of child sex abuse. The 45-year-old is accused of committing the crimes when he worked in childcare centers. Interpol says police forces globally are making some progress in combating the exploitation of children. Al Jazeera's Sarah Clark reports.
The 45-year-old allegedly raped and abused 91 children over a 15-year period while he was a childcare worker, recording what happened, then sharing the content online. He's been charged in court in Brisbane.
This is going on right around the country. It's the reason we had a Royal Commission, and it's the reason the Royal Commission came up with the recommendations it did. There are a lot of offenders out there doing this to children.
child abuse offences.
The arrest was the result of an international police operation. The rapid expansion of social media platforms such as TikTok, Snapchat and Facebook is increasingly helping offenders share and access illegal material.
What we're dealing with is a phenomenal amount of content that mostly our victim identification teams globally are trying to find the victims in. We're doing our best. Law enforcement is absolutely doing its best, but the production, the content far outstrips the actual human resources that police can throw at it.
The internet is like...
More than 32 million reports of child sexual abuse material were recorded last year by the National Centre for Missing and Exploited Children in the United States. Live streaming technologies, better webcams and smartphones have changed the way offenders approach their victims.
It's almost unthinkable how much material is actually out there. So that rate is actually growing on an annual basis, and it will continue to grow unless tech companies sort of do a lot more to actually stop that.
Authorities globally are making some progress in stalling and identifying the spread of images of child sexual abuse. But the dark web is making it even more difficult for law enforcement organisations, with offenders able to operate anonymously online. It's here where offenders collaborate and share techniques on how to engage and groom their victims.
Where you have chat forums with thousands and thousands of offenders teach each other how to offend and how to approach children online, I would speculate that absolutely it is having an impact on the rates of online grooming of children.
It's a battle not lost, but one that police acknowledge will continue to evolve. Sarah Clark, Al Jazeera, Brisbane.
This brings us to the end of the regional and global news coverage. Up next is the 3-day weather forecast. And that's Safe TV2 headline news for this Tuesday evening. As we take our leave, we invite you to follow us on Facebook and YouTube. You can tune in tomorrow morning at 6:30 for a rebroadcast and at 7 p.m. for more news. Until then, please take care of yourself and each other.